Hello everybody, welcome back with the Wing Chun training. Today I'm going to cover one of the main and most important principles of the system called the Centerline theory. Before we go to the actual principle of this video, I would like to give you a little bit information about how important or how essential martial arts principle is in a scientific system. In a few seconds I will demonstrate one of the main attacking techniques of the Wing Chun system called chain punching, or Jek Chum Choi in Chinese. And thereby I will explain some of the most important principle about this technique, which makes this technique effective or can be used effective in a self-defense situation. Okay, so now we're gonna do the chain punching technique. The first principle that I will show is that you must perform the technique with forward pressure, because if you don't, the opponent can jump back and can retaliate, and you give your opponent a second chance. So it is basically a principle that can be combined with keep sticking to the opponent. So for example, Yuri gives me a swinging punch. Yes, I come in with the first defensive attack and here my attack, and now I will show the forward pressure. So I continue coming in, up, maybe controlling this hand here and attacking him, which causes the chaining of the technique. So there are a lot of other principles that are very important to do this technique, which lots of people don't realize. One of them, I will stand sideways so you can see it clearly. I stand in my position, yes, in my square position. The punch goes straight, so I don't throw the hand, I go straight, and the other hand retreats back slightly below the attacking fist, you can say. So it goes straight. Together with inch power, with a little snapping motion of my wrist, it causes that the punch goes inside the body, so it hurts inside. It is not a punch that hurts on the surface of the body, it hurts internal. Okay, also because I focus on my elbow, don't focus on the shoulder. If I focus on the shoulder and I go way too back, it is easy to take the hand and pulls him, for example, or uses his own force against him. So I will always have my elbows tucked in, and this also gives me protection of my body. Let's say it like that. Another principle that is important is that you, at the beginning of your fist traveling to punch, it is relaxed and it is open. So in our club, we first chain punch with our hands open. We don't close them even. Why? Because your arms stay relaxed all the time then. Then, in a further stage, my hand travels and I close right before the point of impact. Which means that I can chain punch really fast because I stay relaxed, I don't tense and slow myself down. So these are very important principles on the way how you punch and chain punch. So basically a lot of these principles can be applied in more than 50% of all the techniques of the system. So the more principles you can apply in a real self-defense situation, the better your chances are to successfully defend yourself. So enough talking about these principles. I just wanted to give you a quick explanation or definition of what martial arts principles are, and cover that because this is the first video of a series of a lot of Wing Chun principles and a lot of future Wing Chun videos. So now we're gonna go over to the actual centerline theory. The reason why I call it a centerline theory is because it contains more than one aspect of it. The first aspect that I will cover now is the virtual line that runs from the top of my head to between my legs, which you can't see right now, but that is not that important, and where there are a lot of vulnerable targets are located on. So we have, for example, the eyes, which can be attacked, the nose, the chin, the throat, the neck, the chest, the solar plexus and the groin. So these are a lot of specific targets of the body that can be attacked, and which I will show in a few minutes. So now I will show the Bilso technique with my partner Yuri. So basically it is an quite extreme technique because the eyes are really sensitive, but it can be used in several occasions. For example, if someone attacks you with a knife. Okay, so basically we can do the technique in close range, where my elbow is not fully extended, or we can do it in the further range. So if Yuri gives me a straight punch, for example, I shift my body across, I deflect his punch, which is also a principle of the centerline theory. I turn my body, and then I can, for example, come into the eyes. So this was the first centerline attack, called the Bilso. So the second attack that I will show with my partner Yuri will be a straight palm strike, called the jig jump, which can be used to the chest, to the chin or to the nose. So again, if someone gives me a circular way of punch, I can again deflect it and come in with my palm strike here, or to the nose, for example. So this is the second attack to one of the centerline targets. So basically the third attack that I will show is a variation on the palm strike. It is just a side palm strike, can be used. Again, if I relax my hand and I give power at the end of my technique, then it creates a pushing motion. So now I will demonstrate it with my partner Yuri. Again, these simultaneously attacks can very much be used against circular punches. So again, I deflect here and I come in with my side palm strike. Of course, if he has a cover, I can again here come in with my side palm strike, for example. Okay? So the next target on the center line is the throat or the neck. We have a few attacks there. One is the straight punch, which again the snapping motion can be involved. Also we have the foxhole or the back jump, which is also a sort variation on a palm strike, and the snapping motion of the wrist can again be applied. And we have also another variation on the palm strike. which is called Kensao. Kensao. Okay, now I will show it with my partner Yuri. These 3 attacks. So, for example, now Yuri will give me a straight punch. I shift my body again, that I'm away. I do a Paksao, and from here on I can come in, for example, with the straight punch or with the knife strike. Okay. If Yuri gives me again a wide punch, then I can come in with the Kensao, which is the other palm strike on the other side. So the next attacks that I will show you will be to the chest, to the breathing area. I can use palm strikes or I can use punches. This time I will I can generate more power by just rotating my hips and come in, for example. And now I will show it with my partner Yuri. So again he gives me a round punch, yes. I come in here, I rotate, so it again forms a pushing motion, and it will again damage him internally, which will cause that he must use more effort to attack me in an aggressive way. So the next attack is the same as the previous one, but now I will show it with Yuri to the solar plexus. So it locates just a little bit lower, you can see, and it is also a very sensitive target to attack to. So the next attack will be to the last target, which is the groin. Again, it is a real street technique, you can say. It will be a snapping kick to the groin. Now we're gonna go over to the next chapter, which will be how you protect and attack the center. So one of the main principles also of the Centerline theory is that we don't chase the hands, we chase the center. I will show it with my partner Yuri in a Chisao situation. So in Chisao, your basic role, so the Luxao, is to defend. The movements is to defend your center line correctly. So from here on, I can do a lot of attacks to Yuri center. For example, one of the first attacks that we learn in the club is, we do it slowly. So my top hand is on the Bongsao position, his hand is in the Fuksao position. Now I will take with my bottom hand, this hand, the Lopsao technique, and come over with a knife strike to the throat. So when I take this hand away, it clears a passageway to attack his center. So I basically just take the hand away so that I can attack his center, for example. So this next chapter will be the last principle of it, which is occupying the center. So if I make space out of my hand and I put my fist on it, I occupy the space with my fist, and someone else can't occupy the space anymore because it is already taken. If Yuri comes and he gives me a straight punch forwards, yes. If I turn my center line, so I turn it here, I am on my center, but he is not on his center. So his strike is deflected to the right, and I can just come in here. He can of course do another defensive maneuver where he comes back to his center line, but basically I don't even have to know what's coming. I can just triangle step and come in here and attack him, for example. That's sort of. So this is occupying the center. I stay on my center. I just simply turn it and direct it to his center, and I chase his center. I don't chase the hands. So the hands just are being redirected or being parried, immobilized, trapped, or whatever. So occupying the center and chasing the center is the key. So this is the end of the video. Thank you for watching this video. If you have any questions about this principle or about the system at all, you can comment below, and please keep watching the videos of NG Warriors. Thank you.
Hello.